Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energy for the senses, entertainment only. Yes, I am full of a cold at the moment. Don't worry about my eyes. That's what happens when I get a virus. It just sets off a reaction with my eyelids. So when I finish today's videos, it is my Friday. I will be copying my cat and finding a spot in the sun to have a snooze. Okay, what I want to have a look at, this is what I actually got the deck out for, and then I went off onto the bounty hunters. So using the runic tarot, I want to have a look at Artem Klyushin. Now, I'm sure I've pronounced that absolutely incorrectly. His original first name, rather than first name or surname, I can't remember, it's one of the two, was Vladivlov. Well, if that's not a Russian name, I don't know what is. Anyhow, Artem. Rosie brought him to my attention, and if you haven't seen Rosie, hop over and check out Rosie's insights. He is the owner of M13, a huge Russian technology company that does a lot of work for the Kremlin. He's putting out some very interesting posts on Twitter, or whatever Twitter's called nowadays. Now, he was arrested in the United States a while back, sentenced, I believe, to 9 years for hacking and then insider trading, so basically money laundering, but was released in a prisoner swap back to Russia in 2024. Oh, I don't know if that was a good idea. But anyhow, he's coming out with, he's basically throwing the orange twerp and Fleon under the bus. So with his comments that are coming out about on Twitter about the election stealing, how it was done. He's also the one that's promoting, is it the America Party or something? Fleon came out and said, oh, he's going to set up a new political party. So Artem came out and said, here, it's all ready for you. He's also the one that said Operation Ballerina is in play. And if you know what Operation Ballerina is, when a leader of Russia it passes over, then they place one lake on every channel in Russia so that there is actually no news while they try and find a new leader, while they try and sort things out. Now, I want to have a look I honestly just want to have a look at what's going on with Artem and what he's going to do. Now, in that vein, all these people are getting exposed. Underpants and all, they're getting exposed. Now, we would never have heard of probably 95% of these bad actors that are behind the scenes if the orange twerp hadn't got into office. I'm not going to say win the election because he didn't. Pardon me. So what is basically has happened there is he has found himself in office purely to speed up this timeline of tearing down, exposing corruption, loopholes, the bad actor players, etc. Whereas if Harris had been installed, this process, instead of taking 6 to 12 months, would have probably taken 4 to 8 years at least. So it's happening a lot quicker. Now, I'm just going to put out there that I have always seen, and I even saw it before the election actually took place, in that there would be some sort of interim government put in, and I thought then Harris would be installed because the cards were very much that she won, and we know that she won, except for that very last reading I did where it had win-win steal. And I read it, being the human that I am, that she would be accused of stealing, not that it would actually be stolen. But I keep seeing this interim panel government put in, and all levels, I think local mayor and council will probably stay in place, like municipal government will stay in place for the moment, but everything from there up, clean out your desk, see you later. Now, perfect example of that is Mitch McConnell. Kentucky, Senator of Kentucky, I believe, had less than 20% approval rating. So I think he was about 17 or 18% approval rating in all the polls. Didn't matter who took the poll. Yet apparently he won the Senate race in 2022. Don't think so. And it's the same with the Allred versus Cruz. I'm pretty sure Allred won that one. I'm pretty sure Beto won the against Abbott for the governor. I think he ran for governor, didn't he? I'm sure it was one of those races. I'm pretty sure Beto won that one as well. So every level is going to be pack your bags, see you later, and things secured. And I keep getting it. If they move in time, the elections might be what was normally the midterm for all these positions, or it'll be, if they don't make it the midterm, then it'll be 2028. I'm thinking it'll be when the midterm should have been, when they have a safe paper, non-gerrymandered ballot that is hand counted. Now in Australia what happens is the piles are made of the votes for a particular person, they are counted, given to another person next to them, counted, given to another person, counted, and without talking amongst themselves, and all three must have the same figure. Otherwise they're going to be recounted again. So now I know in the US you go, oh, but we have such a big population. Well, just scale it up. Just scale it up. I mean, you have a number of people, similar number of people as a ratio to be able to do this work. Anyhow, I want to have a look at Artem Klyushin, Vladivlov. Let's have a look. What do we need to know? Ooh, righto. High Priestess threw out at me. High Priestess. The bison in the room. The secret's being revealed. Now he is, I'm going to say, the canary in the coal mine. He is sort of exposing this information. Absolutely. That will take down a leader. Now this is Four of Swords. It can be the lying on the plinth, resting, repose, whatever. But this particular card, these figures here, they're looking at the longboat burning, which means the passing of a leader. And then we have the judgment coming out, laying waste. So who is this leader? Is this news of Putin being passed? Or is this felon 45 being taken out? And then it'll just literally judgment, lay waste so that the rebuilding can begin. So I'll just pop those back. Tell me what we need. Pardon me. It's not because I'm talking about 45 today. It's because I've actually got a cold. I do apologise if that light's sort of changing a bit. I'm not quite sure why. Nothing's changing except for me bobbing around in the foreground here. Okay, tell me what we need to know about Artem Klyushin. I'm going to do an energies reading, which is slightly different. Show me the energies of Artem. What do we need to know? Okay, you want those. Okay, come on down. Let's have a look. Gosh, nearly 10 minutes in and I haven't even done a card yet. Well, there's Russia, front and center. Mother Russia. It's also, we've got the Wheel of Fortune here on the side here, and it's also with the baby, the birth of something, painful birth of something new. Okay, Artem, Russian, absolutely. Turning this wheel, or tinkering with this wheel. If you have a look at the card, tinkering with the wheel while holding this baby. Okay. The second signifier is the Page of Cups. Now, because it's a different spread, it's not a challenge, it's a second signifier. The Page of Cups, bringing unexpected news out of left field. That's what he's doing. The energy behind the scenes, we've got the Fool, the new beginning, the new journey, and we have the Six of Swords, the moving towards a new horizon, calmer shores. Okay, so this is the energies behind the scenes, is the Fool and the moving forward card. I suspect this is to do with his prisoner swap release. Why am I getting Joe Biden? Okay. Why am is he a double agent? I'll ask that in a moment. Actually, I'll ask it now. Pop that to the side so I've got room here. Show me. Well, aside from the fact when I split the deck, there's 2 yes cards. Is Artem Vladivlov, AKK. Well, it's 2 yeses there again. Is he? Is he in contact with Joe Biden? Now, Joe Biden did say, apparently, the other day that he's been in contact with European leaders. Yes. And yes. Denise told me to stop at 1 and I listened to Denise. My big sister. Yes, he is. Okay. As part of the prisoner swap. Right, let's keep going. Don't tell anybody. We don't want them to be found out. Oops, upside down. The energy coming out. Yeah, there was some sort of agreement that was done. Not written. Some sort of agreement. Passing information. And then we've got the magician here. The manipulation. The manifestation. The bringing forth of what is unknown. Crowning this reading, the Knight of Pentacles, the solid, sturdy knight, and the Five of Pentacles, the karma hanging over him at the moment. 2 Pentacle cards, which are about protection. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles, can be the mercenary, but also can be the solid, dependable, protective knight as well, in place. And we've got the Five of Pentacles. The karma hanging over him is the out in the cold, the destruction, the loss, the greedy oligarchs, etc. This is really interesting energy. Sorry, itchy eye. Okay. The outcome for him, the Five of Wands. Well, I'm hoping he's not captured. But it's very much defiance in the face of. We've got the Steel. 2 fives, 3 fives in a row here. Fives are very much about a significant change in direction, change in energy, obstacles, challenges that need to be overcome. The Eight of Swords, having to surrender at the point of the sword. And the King of Swords. surrendering at the face of some legal action. Now, I don't quite know why, because he's back in Russia, one would think he's protected. But is he working with the ICC on this? We've got the moon, secrets being revealed, literally good versus evil, and the Knight of Swords, racing into battle. A lot of swords ending up here. Okay, so that's the energy of Artem. Yeah, well, yeah, he's letting the information out there. Okay, so my next question is Artem what's in this for Artem? I mean, one would think if he's been a prisoner swap, what's in this for Artem? You know, he's back in Mother Russia, but what's in this for Artem? He is helping with investigations or feeding information. What's in it for him? What's in it for Artem Klyushin, also known as Vladivlov? What's in it for him? What's in it? What he's doing? I mean, he's full on exposing Fleon, but he's undermining the felon as well, the orange twerp. Show me. Speaking of orange twerps, my goodness, the dementia is on full display. Absolutely, it's getting bad. Okay, show me. What's in it for? Oh, there's two cards that have popped out. Okay, I'll take the top one first. The Ten of Cups. The end of well, because he knows it's the end of a cycle of toasting the emperor. What's in it for him? He's looking to the future. Challenged by the Hermit card, very much about frustration and psychological blocks and challenges and isolation, being hidden. On the down low, hidden on the down low because of his frustration. And that's his challenge. Okay. Because he knows when the news comes out that Putin's gone, he's gone. I'll just move that, see if that fixes that light a little bit better. If he's on the wrong side of history, he's setting himself up, entertainment only, for a post-Putin, post-Trump period. At the foundation, we've got the Nine of Wands. It didn't make a difference to the light, so I'll bring that back. These two symbols here are wounds and ulcers, and defences on its side, with those three symbols there. Wounding, festering ulcers, wounds that haven't healed, and defences on its side. So this is very much about setting up messaging. The energy he's stewing in is line in the sand. Sorry that these cards are so dark. If I put the overhead lights on, problem is they'll shine on them. He's setting up his defences. Setting up his defences. In the past, temperance, balancing, alchemy, moderation, but again, the promise of the future in the past, and the Chariot. Movement forward. Chaotic, can be chaotic movement forward. Mind you, anyone that manages to wrangle two cats to pull a chariot deserves all the credit that they can get. But yeah, it's vision. Okay, thank you. The rune in the middle of the chariot there is vision, creativity, technical ability, and seeing and opening. So this is I'm just going to say planning for the future. The immediate future is we've got that Nine of Swords, the nightmare situation. Is he causing this, or is he in a nightmare situation? Let's see where it goes. There's judgment again externally, bringing down the wrath. Internally, for him, it's about strategy planning. Okay, hopes and fears. Yeah. Setting flame to it all, holding on to what is important and setting the rest alight. Yep, absolutely. We've got here Three of Wands with the plan coming to fruition, looking overseas, working with those overseas. We've got here the victory card, the Six of Wands. Now, for me, it's very rarely victory. Often it's a false victory. And even in this one, it looks like he's waving a white flag. But I'm going to call it a victory. And here we have the whistleblower. So what's in it for him? It's about sitting tight and making decisions for the path in the future is what I'm getting there. Secret meetings going on, plans behind the scenes with that 9, and for when the leader is tossed out, or when whoever this is tossed out. Yeah, there's that card on the bottom again. Abundance. When there is the downfall with that Five of Pentacles of the King and Russia, because it's going to be a new beginning. I just think he's setting himself up to be on the right side of history. He's actually, I'm getting cunning. I was going to say he's a smart player, but I'm getting the word cunning instead. So what's this deal that he's doing with Fleon, considering he's mocking? He's mocking. Okay. Yeah, we know that. Okay. Is Artem, just a couple of cards, is Artem going to bring down biding his time? He's wanting all the players to be visible. You've got to remember that if it wasn't for the felon, we wouldn't know about Teal and Yarvin and Leo and Crow and then the next tier down of all these ones. Who was I talking about yesterday? Elbridge and you know all that ilk. We wouldn't know about them if it wasn't for the felon. So show me art. Okay, you want that one. Right. Queen of Wands. Formulating a new plan. Reaping what you sow with a target on your back and a tower moment. Now this is the inspirational female. Bringing forward new messaging about those who it's just they've been seen, and then he's going to unleash the tower on them. And we've got the Queen of Swords and then the King of Wands. And then we've got that Six of Pentacles being tossed out of the ranks, and the so sixes after the fives. Remember we had all those fives there. And then he's heading for brighter shores, and then we have the Strength card. Wow. Okay. So that's what he's doing. We need to know about Artem. Is he talking to Jack? Or is he talking to Alex? Or is he talking to anybody at the International Criminal Court? Or NATO? Is he talking to any of these leaders? Is he talking to, I'm seeing Joe. Oops, there's that judgment card wanting to come out and that target on the back. They said not that one. Judgment. Right. Saying this way around. Okay. The Knight, the Mercenary, the Fool, the New Journey, or the Hope and have faith, leap of faith, starting out on a new journey. And then we've got these reaping what you sow with the target on your back. The Knight of Swords, perhaps acting rashly or simply some sort of harsh truth coming forward about a fallen leader that's going to lead to judgment. We're going to hear, I've been seeing for about 18 months now, that when news comes out of Putin being deceased, I keep seeing the vision of 3 morgue drawers being opened as there's 2 body doubles and 1 original, as those that have to make the decision try to decide which one is the least decayed to put on public display, and it's not the original. Is Artem going to release the news of the Putin's demise? Yes. Yep. Temperance. You've got the 3 there, working on one of the 3, and the 9 of Swords. Soon, 1 step off. And if you have a look, a lot of people say when they see this card, it looks like the word Russia, almost like a R. Well, I'm not sure how it looks like Russia because it doesn't look like Russia to me, but quite a number of you say that it looks like Russia. The treason, the head being cut off, volatile information coming forward, and the devil. The investigation into this devil energy, the deceit, the corruption, the addictions, you name it. It will herald the devil and secrets coming forward with the moon card, and then we have this new beginning. Okay. If I go to the bottom, we've got the 10 of Cups, which is about the end of a cycle with the celebration with the Emperor. The 8 of Swords, the truth being withheld for the moment. But then we've got, that's my Biden card, and that's my Harris card, and that's my wheel turning. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Could read on this all day, and I don't think I'd glean any more information. If you're on X, Twitter, whatever you like to call it, Artem, Artem Klyushin. Keep an eye on him. Okay, love to you all. Catch you shortly. Bye-bye.